Lisa Connor Swain and Kit Green remain determined to uncover the truth behind Theo Silverton's murder in Coronation Street, and this week, Summer Spellman becomes their main suspect. As Summer clashes with George Shuttleworth, Christina Boyd is exposed for lying, forcing George to reveal crucial information to the police. Could his actions have sealed Summer's future? And what will Todd Grimshaw think once he discovers the truth? The Driscoll family continues falling apart, with Maggie and Ben locked in a bitter feud. Will's mental health keeps worsening, while young Susie also lands herself in trouble. Is there any hope left for the broken family? Daniel Osbourne finds himself targeted by a cruel online troll, leaving him questioning whether his growing friendship with Jodie Ramsey will make matters better or even worse. Meanwhile, Sarah Platt struggles to recover after her assault, Sam Blakeman continues facing difficulties, and Roy Cropper proudly unveils the revamped Roy's Rolls Café. Maggie's web of lies starts collapsing further when Ben returns home to find her crying in Eva Price's arms. Eva urges him to show Maggie some compassion. Daniel confesses that he no longer feels capable of facing the outside world, prompting Jodie to comfort him by insisting she recently saw Cassie Plummer and that Bertie misses him terribly. But when Daniel visits number 1 and sees Bertie perfectly happy, he angrily confronts Jodie over her dishonesty. At the same time, George and Christina become suspicious of Summer after discovering her journal, including an entry describing her pointing a gun at Theo. Kit later uncovers more evidence that places Summer firmly under suspicion, while Sam overhears Roy warning that nobody should be trusted. Lisa questions Summer over Kit's findings, while Todd passionately defends her back on the street. Later, George pushes Summer for more answers, and a flashback finally reveals exactly what he witnessed. Ben is horrified to hear that Megan Walsh has been released on bail, and becomes even more furious when Maggie arrives for a family lunch. Forced to break the news to a devastated Will, Ben eventually lashes out after discovering Ollie invited Maggie, exposing Maggie's secrets to both Ollie and Will. Elsewhere, Fizz Dobbs voices concerns to Carla Connor Swain about Sarah, who feels insulted when Carla hands part of her workload to Michael Bailey. Roy proudly presents his refurbished café, while Daniel becomes the subject of vicious online accusations, claiming he knew about Megan's abuse and had previously groomed Summer himself. Sarah's emotional struggles worsen at work, and after making an administrative mistake and losing her temper, Carla insists she take leave from the factory. Sarah later heads to the Rovers and starts drinking heavily. Summer furiously turns the tables on George, accusing him of killing Theo himself. Later, she nearly loses control after overhearing Asha Alahan and Nina Lucas gossiping about her, but Gary Windus steps in and removes her from the situation. Christina is then caught lying by the police and pressures George into revealing everything he knows. Elsewhere, Daniel tells Jodie he believes his online troll Truth Teller is someone close to him, and she suggests David Platt may be responsible. Will admits to Tim Metcalf that Megan's release has left him deeply anxious. Meanwhile, Ben attempts to arrange a family holiday, but Susie's behavior sparks even more chaos within the Driscoll household. After overhearing George confess to Christina that he informed the police about Summer's lies, Summer panics and runs away. Todd catches up with her during her attempted escape, where she reveals the American University is flying her out that very afternoon and admits she fears the police are about to arrest her. At the same time, Carla once again orders Sarah to step away from work. Daniel takes Jodie out for lunch after she claims it is her birthday, but the atmosphere quickly changes when Shona Platt arrives and exposes that Jodie's birthday is actually in December. As Summer recalls a witness capable of proving her innocence, a guilt-ridden George finally confesses to Todd that he handed the police the information needed to arrest her. Elsewhere, while skipping his PE exam, Will hides out in the precinct where Bethany Platt finds him and offers comfort by sharing her own experience of grooming. However, when she gently touches his hand, Will suddenly reacts with anger. Megan appears to pull Will back under her influence in Coronation Street, but she may soon face an unexpected shock of her own. Will Driscoll recently took the courageous step of reporting Megan Walsh to the police for sexually abusing him. Megan was arrested and formally charged, but Will is dealt another upsetting blow this week. Will decided to speak out after opening up to Tim Metcalf, who revealed that he too had once been exploited by an older woman during his younger years. After returning home, Will overheard his father, Ben Driscoll, expressing fears that Megan's abuse had permanently changed his son. Later, during an emotional conversation, Ben comforted Will as the full impact of everything finally overwhelmed him. This week, any hopes of recovery are shattered when Ben is informed by the police that Megan has been released on bail. Ben carefully tells Will the news, but the teenager admits to Tim that he now feels constantly on edge, as though he has to keep watching his back. Next week, things worsen when Sam Blakeman angrily confronts Will, calling him evil and saying he wishes he were dead. Unaware that Sam is battling his own mental health struggles, Will takes the cruel words deeply to heart. Soon afterwards, Will overhears an emotional Ben confessing that he worries Megan has completely destroyed Will's future. Crushed by both Sam's remarks and his father's fears, Will climbs onto the shopyard scaffolding and begins drinking vodka. Asha Alahan spots him and immediately messages Maggie Driscoll for help, while Hope Stape rushes into the pub to alert the others. Maggie climbs up to reach Will, as the rest of the Driscoll family watch the frightening situation unfold below. Amid the panic and confusion, nobody notices that Megan is secretly observing everything nearby. Later in the week, Hope tells Will that she saw him with Megan and insists he should be honest with Ben. As Will picks up his coat, a note suddenly falls from his pocket. Reading it, he discovers Megan's new phone number written inside. What Will chooses to do with this information remains unclear, though Megan could soon find herself stunned, especially as signs point towards a possible romance developing between Will and Hope. Ruby tells Fizz and Tyrone Dobbs that Hope has feelings for Will and that the pair plan to study together. Fizz warns Hope to stay away from getting emotionally involved, but true to form, Hope ignores the advice completely. By the end of the week, Will and Hope settle down for English revision together, with Hope comparing the chaos of Will's love life to Romeo and Juliet. Will finally laughs, while Eva Price overhears the conversation and feels pleased to see the pair bonding so well. If Will continues growing closer to Hope, perhaps it could finally help him begin moving on from Megan. Coronation Street actor Jonathan Howard has confirmed that his time on the soap is far from over following the recent murder storyline. For months, viewers have questioned the future of Carl Webster, especially after the character appeared to be one of the leading candidates to die during this week's dramatic episodes. Speculation first began back in February when Jonathan referred to his experience playing Carl in the past tense while appearing on ITV's This Morning. Rumors intensified again last month after Jonathan shared a behind-the-scenes photo from the Coronation Street set, seemingly proving he was still filming scenes for the show. Shortly afterwards, he added even more confusion by revealing plans to travel back to the United States, where he had previously lived with his family before joining the soap. Speaking exclusively to Digital Spy during a recent set visit, Jonathan admitted that fans had been deliberately misled after his social media activity accidentally hinted at spoilers. Laughing about the situation, Jonathan explained that while it was true he was heading to America, he enjoyed seeing soap viewers trying to work out the mystery surrounding Carl's future. He admitted he likes watching fans make predictions and occasionally enjoys playing along. The actor also joked that he has been strongly warned not to reveal storyline secrets, though his poor memory sometimes leads him into trouble when posting online. Jonathan previously revealed that he hopes Carl eventually receives a redemption storyline if the character survived the latest drama. During his first year in Weatherfield, Carl has caused chaos for countless residents through affairs, car thefts, and even a hit-and-run incident, leaving many viewers wondering whether he can finally turn his life around. His survival also means there is likely more to come involving Debbie's dementia storyline, with the possibility of mother and son repairing their damaged relationship. Jonathan spoke warmly about working alongside Sue Devaney, who plays Debbie, saying he feels extremely fortunate to share scenes with her. He explained that their strong off-screen friendship naturally strengthens their on-screen bond. He also praised Sue for supporting him after moving back to England from America and leaving his daughter behind overseas, describing her as compassionate and understanding. According to Jonathan, emotional scenes between Carl and Debbie come naturally because of the genuine affection and trust they share while filming together. He admitted that simply acting opposite Sue often makes emotional moments feel effortless. The actor also revealed that he originally had no idea Carl was secretly Debbie's son when he first joined the soap. However, producers later informed him about the major family twist, forcing him to keep the secret hidden for quite some time. Friday's episode eventually confirmed that Carl was not the body discovered by Betsy Swain, with Theo Silverton instead revealed as the murder victim under mysterious circumstances. Coronation Street is broadcast on ITV1 every weekday evening at 8:30 p.m., with episodes also available to stream on ITVX.